the two-step ADS never really seemed to get fixed properly. Like when they brought that out and that was bugged, where you'd ADS and you'd bring the gun up and then you'd actually ADS, that really fucked PvP for a long time. But I still feel ADS is not fixed. It's still broken.
Still broken.
I do not understand the fucking result of this Twitter poll that Foxy put up. Some things don't change in DayZ's. Spend 2 hours gearing up, get one tap. If anyone thinks the gunplay health system in the game is balanced, is deluded. Love the game, but this is probably the main reason I stopped playing it. Old DayZ was the best for gunplay, in my opinion. What about you? I do not fucking understand how people think gunplay is better in 0.63. Do either of you two think that's the case? And if so, explain it to me. I don't fucking understand this.
Honestly, I can't remember gunplay pre 0.63. I can't remember it. So I didn't even vote because I just don't know. Like the new DayZ's gunplay it really isn't that great. You know, the one taps are really annoying. But
yeah, you got 195 boats in it, and that's the key thing, Marks. Back in the 0.62 era, when you got shot, you more often than not went to uncon status. And you laid there bleeding, not knowing if you're going to survive. And sometimes you'd hear the footsteps as they ran up on you, and in your mind you're like, "Please don't kill me! Please don't kill me! Fuck, they killed me." But at least it was a chance that you would survive. All that seems to happen now is shot, dead, shot, dead, shot, dead. That's all that seems to fucking happen. Now, I know Day Zero have done some amazing work with the system there, but one taps should always happen. You should be rewarded if you're a good enough sniper and you get a headshot that fucking does it. But it seems right now that it is so skewed that, it's Silver saying, I answered Foxy to that tweet, but I can't agree. But one thing I really miss is uncontrollable sway after sprinting. Yeah, see, there were some really good comments on this. That's what I need to look at. As Mondian, weapon handling mechanics, positive shock damage, longer unknown, uncon times, less incidents, more agony, more thoughtful positional PvP. Definitely miss all that, but I think middle ground is still possible. The UI dead black screen needs to change, in my opinion, without meta. Old DayZ seems to have more style to it. Sure, some of it was janky and awkward as fuck, but the stamina sway system and weapon recall seemed like it would be more fun to me personally, but I never got a chance. See,
I think the new, I personally had a big trouble with the new, it's probably a couple of updates ago now where they brought in the holding breath mechanics. They've changed it big time where you're holding breaths and then, you get to a certain point and your character's like,
yeah.
And then, you're thinking, and that fucking freaks you out yourself because then you're thinking, oh, for fuck's sake, like if I don't take the shot in the next 0.02 of a second, I'm going to run out of stamina here. So, it's not good, but the gun sway has gone ridiculous now, man. And I've demonstrated this on stream multiple times where I have been, I've pulled my hands up on stream and been like, check out this fucking gun sway, guys, because this is ridiculous. Because look, there's going to be gun sway, if you're not holding your breath and things like that. And if you're a real shooter, man, of course you're going to have, a little bit of maybe a bit of shake in it or something. But there's no fucking way your characters, for fuck's sake. And it changes depending on the gun and the scope you got, I've sort of noticed. But the gun sway is just fucking ridiculous at the moment, man. I know there was a bug, but the two-step ADS never really seemed to get fixed properly. Like when they brought that out and that was bugged, where you'd ADS and you'd bring the gun up and then you'd actually ADS, that really fucked PvP for a long time. But I still feel ADS is not fixed. It's still broken.
Still broken, yeah.
I feel like, this is what I cop shit from a lot of my Tarkov boys about a lot at the moment, man. And they sit there and they just throw shit at me for the PvP system. And I can't argue with them, man, because DayZ's PvP is really broken at the moment.
There was a bug or an unintended feature, I should say, in pre-0.62, where if you pressed back and to the right on the WASD, so your S&D key, you eliminated completely sway. So you could laser shoot. But it's not so much that, it's maybe I just wasn't looking into the full aspects of it, but all I could think of was that it's probably for me more the health system is fucking broken. The health system, the basically, how often when you guys think about it, how often have you gone uncon versus you are dead screen? It's just there's no comparison. It's nearly always you are dead.
It's happened quite a few times where you go on con, but it most of it is you are dead. But sometimes you do go on con. I've had it a few times.
Now, getting shot, I get uncon probably 1 in 10, but probably a lot worse than that. I would say that I'm dead most times. I can say in a big giant firefight that we had yesterday, where we were raiding probably one of the biggest clans on the server, sort of thing. One of our boys was shot by a blaze, double shot, point blank range, and he was knocked uncon, and he actually got up from that and killed the guy. Unfortunately, there was a third guy on the roof who killed him, so he wasn't able to beat that third guy. But I can say he was unconned from a double shot from a blaze while he was wearing a play carrier and
DayZ himself is more. Is kind of broken. Like if you know anything about guns, and the other one that I like to bring up is landmines. Anti-personnel mines are not designed to kill. They're designed to
You shouldn't be able to jump over one. Like you should be able to jump over one, but you shouldn't be able to jump over one and have it explode and not do damage to you. That's a bit fucking janky. That's definitely I think an unintended feature or a happy coincidence feature of DayZ.
But most people when they're shot don't die immediately. Now, yes, there's the whole argument of, but we're not going to have advanced healthcare in an apocalypse. But for just the playability aspect of it, especially when you are squatted or even when you're solo, someone gets to drop on you, shoot you. You know, at least the option for that person not to just be able to loot a dead corpse, but do I just kill this motherfucker or do I tie him up, bandage him up, and then loot him? You know, at least the option, not just it's taken out of your hands. You shoot someone, 9 out of 10 times seems to be the average they're going to die. For me, it's more than that. I can't remember the last time I went uncon from being shot. It's nearly every single time for me. And even in melee fights, you know, you'll see people boxing on and the person dies. It's like, what the fuck? It's so broken to me, the health system. Like Foxy said, he probably worded it a bit wrong. It's more about the health system than the actual gunplay. But yeah.
Yeah, I think the PvP system, like the PvP system, more than anything, is in a very. I mean, the PvE, obviously, as we were just talking about with zombies and shit, there is issues there. But I think the PvP system, man, really is in a bit of a shambles at the moment, man. And it would be good to see. I used to be a bit of a hardcore PvPer. I would probably classify myself as back in my 1SK days. I know our boy Hop is still a big PvPer. So it would be interesting to grab his opinions on this as well. But yeah, the PvP system's in a real shambles, man. And I think we need to see that fixed now more than ever because, yeah, it's a lot of people come into DayZ for the PvP, I think you find. And, everything else about DayZ just makes it a happy game. And you have servers out there that are obviously extremely well balanced. And then you have servers out there that do favor PvP. And I think DayZ needs a PvP overhaul pretty bloody quickly. If they're going to really keep that first-person shooter. We don't pull a lot of the COD Battlefield sort of guys anyway. Some of the V++, deathmatch servers might be a bit more up their speed. Otherwise, on the odd occasion when we do pull guys over from that, they're generally coming over from PvP. And to have guys like that come over, even to have the Tarkov boys, man, come over and say, what the fuck is this game? Sorry, I'm out. We're losing a bigger player base, man, where we would really have some great, good skilled PvPers coming over into the DayZ scene.
I just see Tarkov and DayZ as two very different games. DayZ is...
They are very different games, but you get the Tarkov guys coming in and talking more about the gun mechanics and the PvP mechanics, the health. And that's where this directly correlates. Are they the same game? Or, can they be compared? Not really. Tarkov versus DayZ is sort of, comparing apples with a banana. But there are many similarities, man. And I think as a first-person shooter game, when you're attacking other players that are first-person shooters as well, we fall behind, man, in that regards. You know, if you're joining in because you're a first-person shooter and then you're playing this game and you're like, what the fuck is this? You know, you're gonna bounce, man. Even the third-person shooters coming in, are laughing at our fucking PvP and gun systems. And you know, we need that sort of sorted sooner rather than later. Whether that's health mixed with other things, I don't know personally, but
I think
something's got to change.
The gunplay itself needs to be done as well, along with the health, because there has been many times where I've been in a PvP situation, and it's the gun mechanics that have gotten me kind of like killed. Whether it's the ADS bug or, you know, you're in a gunfight and a zombie runs towards you and your gun goes up in the air like that and you can't shoot because there's zombies standing in front of you and stuff like that is all very, you know, it all adds up. I think it all kind of needs to be just...
It does, man. And sometimes when you try and do that, dude, and rifle butt someone, it's not coming through either.
No, yeah.
Even if you are that close and you are getting that obstacle gun pull up, yeah, it can work. Be a no. And yesterday, man, when I was about to shoot a guy, my gun came up and then went back down again and then came up. Now, subsequently, I lost the gunfight due to other issues, but that initial pull up, man, maybe I would have got him, maybe not. But what I do know is it was a pain in the ass, and you know, in a game, this is what I always say, man, as well. Like when we start talking about crossplay, can DayZ PC play with PS4? Now, a lot of games that have done that, the console guys have had some level of aim assist. Whether even if it's just a minute amount, they've still got some level of aim assist. When you're playing a game, man, for 8 hours and you've got all these guns or even very minimal stuff, man, and you've worked fucking hard to get this and you die because of this sort of shit, it's hard not to be disappointed, man. You know, like it's hard not to sit there and go, I've like all that hard work, man, gone because of the game, not because of my skill level, not because I was outplayed, but because of the game. And that comes down to, you know, I know if I was to die, man, due to aim assist from a guy on PlayStation or Xbox, dude, and I'd been running around for 12 hours and I got all this nice gear, and some guy, you know, maybe, and you never know, obviously, you never know if you're better at skill level than someone else. You don't know if someone just got the better jump on you. I'm by no means or stretch the imagination, you know, a fucking one of the greatest in the world at anything. But, you know, like it would suck if I was killed, man, because of someone's aim assist and not because of their skill level. So it's you know, especially with a game where the whole idea is the amount of hours running around and trying to loot up. You know, in death matches, if you have that, all right, you know, you all start on the same playing field anyway. You all get in, you're geared, you might die, you fucking load back in again. No one, like, you care, but you don't care as well. But, you know, for a game where you are running around for 9 hours, if you would take it out that way, it's hard, man. It's you know, it's disappointing.
It's frustrating.
The other thing we need to remember, Marks, is Dumpgrass said it before about modded weapons.
Yes, I saw that.
You know, on my server, I don't have any modded weapons. I just have vanilla weapons. But a lot of these modded weapons, the stats are played with so that they will basically one-tap you if it hits you in your little toe.
Yeah, and you can't really complain there. Like, if you're getting one-tapped by a 50 cal or whatever it is, you can't blame the game. It's not the game's fault. It wasn't designed for having, I don't think, a gun of that high caliber in it. Like, on vanilla, it isn't that bad. Like, you will, like, I've shot many of people with SKSs or MP5s or whatever in vanilla, and they've knocked out and they've gotten back up and you have to kill them again and whatnot. It happens a lot, but in modded, yeah, it's a lot of one-taps. Sure.
Yeah, which comes out of that, you know, as well, like I said, man, you know, like the whole Chatac and Barrett issues, dude, you know, you see that being abused a lot on some of the bigger servers with people, you know, almost the whole server's running around with, you know, Chatacs and Barretts, and it is one-hit kill. And then you get the guys, man, that just go down to the coast. And like I said, I don't respect it. I don't like it. I think you're fucking trash if you play this way, but it's your right to play this way. The guys that go down and shoot a freshie, man, who's wearing nothing more than the fucking literal damaged clothing that they spawned in with a can of fucking, maybe a can of sardines or maybe an apple or something. And a guy with a Chatac there just absolutely decimating these fucking kids. And it's just like, man, like, it's just such a shit. I don't like it. You know, I think it's a shit way to play the game. But again, it's their right to play the game if they want. I don't agree with it. I don't like it, but it's their right to play that way. But it makes it very difficult, man, when you're a freshie running around and you're just getting one tap by you're getting one tap by any gun, let alone some prick with a fucking Barrett or a JTAC sitting there. You know, like.
Yeah, it'd make you leave the server. Make you find a different server.
It's just like, GG, good on you. You killed me with a fucking JTAC while I had a blue and red hoodie on.
Yeah.